You are listening to Improv Radiov. Oh, yeah!
Hey, you are listening to the third episode of Improv Radiov. Unfortunately, John isn't here today because he's off filming some Eskimo porn. Although I do have Ben here.
Hello.
Ben is my old friend from uni. John's friend too, if you can believe it or not. Last name Bywater. Yep, it just gets more intriguing from here out. Okay.
That's all there is to say, isn't it, really?
And with us today, we have Ben Reese, and we also have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I will lead us on to our special guest. He's what can be said about him? He's a 56-year-old. He's very special, I would say. He's a good friend of both of us.
He is indeed very special.
Yeah. So without further ado, hello.
Would you like to say your name?
My name is Brian Pickering.
And Brian Pickering, he won a competition on my blog. I offered for someone to come in, fill in for John, although Brian Pickering wasn't quite up for the job. So I invited Ben. But Brian Pickering, he was, well, I don't want to say interesting enough, but he was like the only guy who applied for the competition, let's say. So he's a guest.
I mean, I would say I know him, and I mean, he's definitely an acquaintance.
He is, yeah. Okay.
I'm actually going to have to go, as you well know, but I will leave you in Reese and Brian's capable
I wasn't
hands.
quite expecting that, Ben. You're going to leave me, just me and Brian?
Sadly, yes.
Where
Reese.
are you going?
I actually have to go because I actually have a wedding to attend.
A wedding? Whose wedding?
That's right. Well, interestingly enough...
I'm just wasting time so I don't have to speak to Brian for an hour.
Well, I think Brian is an interesting man.
He is a man.
He's certainly a man.
Yeah.
I have to go to a wedding. It's actually my father's uncle's brother's cousin.
Okay.
We're not close, but I'm invited, and I think
he's a guy who you've been made aware of.
Certainly, yes. I am aware of this man.
Okay.
And I think it would be a miss. Obviously, if the wedding finishes in time, I will come back. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish.
Is it going to finish within the hour, really? Is that realistic?
Well, the thing is, the ceremony is obviously done between the ceremony and the sort of the after party.
Okay.
There's a bit of a time gap there, so possibly I might be able to make it. I'm not saying I will. I'm just saying I might be able to make it.
Okay. And what's your brother's cousin? No. What's your father's cousin's?
My father's uncle cousin's brother.
Yes. What's his name?
Brian.
No, this a different Brian, I imagine.
Obviously a different Brian, but
okay.
it's funny. It's a recurring name.
And what's the last name?
Pardon?
What's the last name of Brian?
Smith.
Brian Smith. And the wife? The bride, I suppose.
Well, obviously she's going to be Claire Smith.
Claire Smith. Okay.
Currently she's Claire Jones.
Well, okay. I think that it's going to be a really nice wedding present for them to know that they were mentioned in Improv Radiov.
Yeah, in fact, if I may, I would just like to. I'm not going to dedicate this program to them, but
no, I wouldn't, mate, because you're just a guest host. So.
Exactly. I think it'd be a miss of me.
Yeah.
To dedicate it, but I certainly do want to mention them. They've had their ups and downs. I'm not going to lie. Obviously. As with all relationships.
Can you tell me about some of the downs? What are their worst points?
Their worst points? I mean, I don't... Maybe it's not my place to say, but I would say...
They're not going to listen, let's be honest.
So, well, sure. I think when Mrs. Jones... what is to be Mrs. Smith, Miss Jones at the minute, she bet on a horse. Okay. And, by all means, do bet on horses. I mean, I'm not saying do bet on horses. I'm just saying you can.
It's possible.
It is possible. But she did lose their mortgage in doing so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was... I don't want to say it was in poor taste, but certainly a discussion with her to-be husband at the time wouldn't have gone amiss.
Okay. And did you go on the stag do?
Did I go on the stag do?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Well, to me, as far as I know about Brian, he's not this. he's not into this whole strip clubs or anything like that. So you guys had to plan something really creative and out of this world kind of thing, you know?
Don't mind at all, and I'm sure Brian wouldn't. Brian Smith, of course, not Brian Pickering, who's also here. Brian Smith. I don't think it'd be amiss for us to say that. Yeah, of course. We discussed other things to do. He's not one for the strip clubs. He's not really one for drinking.
Okay.
He likes a tipple.
Sure.
But he's not a massive drinker. And in the end, I think we really gave him something that was memorable and a lovely event, and also gave him something to look back on.
Oh, that's good. So there was no like tying him to a lamppost naked or any of this, stereotypical.
No. I think that's somewhat a miss in our modern world. I do think that. Yeah, I mean, not to say that's bad. It's certainly. I for one wouldn't condemn it, but Brian Smith is not on for that. In the end, we actually went to a lovely venue. We went bowling.
You went bowling? Oh, lovely.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
where to? Sorry.
Where?
Yeah.
He is from Birmingham himself.
Okay.
And in the end, we went to Super Bowl.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, just outside Milton Keynes.
Okay.
A bit of a distance, but it was just one of those areas which was sort of close for everyone who was invited to get to with relative ease.
Well, I'm sure it was a great experience because Milton Keynes is one of these modern cities. Is it 50 years old, I believe? Had their 50th anniversary recently?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
I'm wrong.
believe so. In fact, I think when we were there, they were celebrating. Do you remember a few flyers, a bit of bunting up? It was nice.
No,
lovely.
I don't remember because I wasn't there, but
You don't remember.
I imagine
no,
that was the case.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was.
Brian, you're a bit quiet at the moment. What do you think about all this? What kind of stag do would you have?
Hello. Right. I'm Brian Pickering.
Yes, I know.
It's a bit confusing though because there was a Brian on, not on the radio, but has been mentioned. I just want to confirm I'm not that Brian.
Yeah, we have. That was Brian Smith, the old Brian Pickering. It's
Yeah,
two separate people. Just to clarify.
I would say just. I think the audience now is aware. I'm going to have to jet off really quick, Reese. I'll leave you with Brian. Obviously, like I say, if I can get back, I'm sure I will. But hopefully I'll see the end of the programme. I just want to say thank you very much for Reese for letting us in.
Although
thank
it
you
was
for John
for
as well.
8 minutes, Ben, but I'm glad you were here. I didn't realise you were going so soon, but...
Well, hopefully I'll be able to jet back. Just the ceremony is real close. So
is it?
I'll just nip. Hopefully, just after the ceremony, I'll just nip back in.
I sure
real
hope so.
quick.
Okay.
Obviously, I'll leave you with Brian Pickering.
No problem.
A family friend of mine. The family do know him.
Your family know Brian?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. We met on a holiday to Magaluf. We were having a lovely time, and then we met Brian. So I'll leave you with him in Magaluf. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I've just got to jet off.
Yeah.
Back
Pop
real
off.
soon. Anyway, nice pleasure as always to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I hope you can pop in.
Back. Yeah. I'll see you later.
Okay, cool. See you later. Brian, you went to Magaluf?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, it's generally in these kind of shows, I ask you a question and you kind of elaborate on the question rather than just say yes or no. So what I'm asking is, what did you get up to in Magaluf? Any crazy stories?
Oh, yes.
What were they?
Right. Funny story. Me and my wife, Maureen, at the time, God bless her soul. She's not dead. Right. So we went to Magaluf. It's an interesting story actually. We went to Magaluf, and funny thing is, we actually thought we were going to Madrid. Why are you laughing?
Because I know it's such a common mistake to go to the wrong place.
Yes. Well,
I've done it myself, Brian. It's fine.
When?
Actually, recently I thought I was flying into Amsterdam, but I actually flew into Eindhoven, and it's about an hour and a half.
I do not know.
You do not.
So,
okay.
Anyway, we were we originally we booked a holiday. Can I say company names?
I guess so.
Okay, so we booked a holiday via Sun
Via what?
Sun
Okay.
we booked a holiday, and I thought it was for Madrid in Spain,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
It wasn't Madrid, was it? No.
No,
Where was it?
Magaluf.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So you went to Magaluf on accident, or by accident.
That is correct.
Okay, so it's not too different. It's still Spanish, right?
They are both in Spain.
Brian, man, I gotta say we had Milton Willie on here a couple of weeks back, and he wasn't this bad. Brian, in Magaluf, it was different to Madrid, obviously. So Magaluf is famous for its debauchery. It's lads culture. A lot of people drinking, a lot of people having sex with the prostitutes that aren't quite legal. Did you get up to any of this kind of thing?
Funny story, actually. Me and my wife Maureen, we'd been there for maybe half an hour, and I had a bit of a headache. As I'm sure you can well imagine from playing.
Of course. Different altitudes.
I don't know if it's recording, but does this go out to people?
It does indeed. I don't really edit anything. I just put the songs in.
Right. Okay. Well, we went out on plane, and see, thing is, I often get quite nauseous. I find myself driving to shop, and
so you rented a car?
Yes. I originally wanted to rent. Can I say brand that?
You can. Yeah.
I wanted to rent a Honda Allegra.
Okay.
Ideally 93 reg, but they didn't have it. But they gave us a nice Fiat. I can't remember its name because I try not to confuse myself with Italian brands.
Okay.
See, I mean, I do like the sort of the famous Italian brands. You know, your Lancias. You know, any Fiat before 1997. I do find. I think the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris of this world are a little bit.
Bit pricey, right?
Well, not pricey so much as well, yes, pricey, but also a bit of flashy for my taste. But
yes.
but anyway, we went out and unfortunately we got some Fiat of some sort. I believe it was a 97 Punto reg, but I don't know. So anyway, we went. I was feeling. I got a bit of a headache. The wife doesn't drive. Well, no, she does drive. She does drive. But,
I'm sorry, Brian. I don't usually get like this. Please carry on.
Well, she doesn't drive in the continent. You know, it's not that she's averse to the.
It's the left hand, right hand thing.
It's partly she does have a problem with the left and right. Once I was saying turn right, and we actually turned left onto the A55, going towards Wolverhampton. I mean. You know, you might well say, well, doesn't the A55 take you past Telford into North Wales? Well, I say, well, exactly that, isn't it? You know, how could we get on motorway to Wolverhampton M6? But anyway, the crux of the story is, unfortunately, I were in Magaluf, and I thought I were going to pharmaceutical company, you know.
Oh, you were there on business, or?
No, not at all. No, it was holiday of leisure, but was going to holiday. We're going on holiday. Went to pharmacy, and I thought we're pharmacy. I hadn't been on holiday before since 1977, I believe.
Whoa, okay.
Exactly.
A long time.
Yes. Well, yes, we actually had a lovely holiday.
Magaluf was recently, right?
Oh yes, Magaluf were in last year. But before, when I'd gone to continent, normally we go on Pontins holiday. Have a lovely. We actually own a static caravan. Can I say brand name again?
Yes, you can.
Normally we own the Sprite 100. Not a static caravan in the traditional sense, but we parked in small lay-by. You're laughing again. We parked it in small lay-by just near Huddersfield, so sort of a static caravan for us. But anyway, we were in Magaluf, and I thought I'd gone to pharmacy. Took pills for my headache, because I said to the bloke, I said, you know, is it going to do my headache any good? And he said, oh yeah, we'll sort that out. No way. So I believe he said the exact words were I believe, oh, we'll sort your headache out, boy, sick.
That's what he said?
Yeah, that's
They'll sort your
correct.
headache. They'll sort your headache out, boy sick.
Sort headache out, boy sick. So I thought, well, I'm not sick, but I will give it a go. You know, when incontinent.
Okay.
Funny story. I actually don't remember the next day. But my wife tells me, Maureen tells me, but actually I accidentally took what I believe is known on street as E.
Oh, is it in ecstasy?
And that is correct, yeah.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not actually kidding, no.
So that's Maureen's recollection of that day. Did she tell you?
Well, apparently I took what I believed at the time to be pills for my headache. It turned out, I mean, to be fair on the young gentleman in question, I believe we were from Wolverhampton, did sort out headache, but apparently I did spend 12 to 14 hours hugging pillow. So.
Ooh, okay.
But I mean, I would say, you know, I mean, to be fair on the young gentleman in question, I do believe that I was perhaps amiss in asking him for to sort out my head, rather than explaining that actually what I had was a slight pounding headache, perhaps in the back of the head. As a result of going over English Channel.
So he was just sort of thinking that you want to party, like I'm sure most of his regular customers do. You've gone there by mistake. You thought you were going to a nice, lovely. Well, you thought you were going to Madrid, a quaint town, quaint city even. But actually, what happened was you went to a party city. So he thought you wanted to party, and he was just trying to give you a good time.
Yes, I mean, I don't say I'm amiss to a party, but, you know, I think I have quite enough fun having a party with friend, can I say names?
Yes, of course.
Right, having a party with friend John Eisenberger.
What was his name?
John Eisenberger.
Okay.
And we actually have recently just completed can I say this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. We recently completed a 1,000 piece jigsaw of the Spitfire Mark 14.
Oh, kind of plane, right? From the war. Is that right?
Well, interestingly, actually, the Spitfire Mark 1 to 12 was from the war, but the Mark 14 was actually originally commissioned in May 1945, which, as I'm sure you will be aware, was still a part of the war, but it wasn't actually completed, interestingly, until October 1945.
That really is interesting, Brian. I'm glad you brought that to my attention.
Is it okay if I have a quick sip of my tea?
Yes, of course. Actually, most of these things that you're asking me, Brian, they're quite okay. The main thing I have on here is no swearing, although there has been some swearing in the past on this podcast.
Would it be if I may, if it's that sort of program? Can I make a swear?
It's not the C word, is it?
Consumerism?
Yes. Please don't say that.
Oh, sorry. I just want to apologise.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we had a ruddy good time.
Well, that's really good to know, Brian. I'm really glad I asked you about Magaluf because I'm sure my listeners they sure are riveted. I'm sure. Okay, we're just gonna take a quick break.
Improv Radio.
Improv Radio.
Oh boy, you're listening to Improv Radio. Oh, yes, you are. Okay, Brian. Now we're just going to shift the conversation a little bit. Now, I know you write poems and you write stories and things like this. And you've recently written a book, haven't you? And it's about a little boy wizard. Now, a lot of people are saying that it's copyright infringement of the Harry Potter books of not too long ago, 20 years I think the anniversary was recently. And your book features a Henry Potter, and I mean, there's a lot of backlash, isn't there, from your books? You're not selling too many because people think that it's just a rip-off of Harry Potter. And really what I want to ask you is, what's your response to this?
Good question. Well, I mean, the Harry Potter books, if I may say so.
You have?
The Harry Potter books are interesting. They're about a young wizard who slowly learns he's a wizard, and in doing so realizes he's not just a wizard, but he is an important wizard, and he helps to stop it helps so much is integral in stopping a worldwide sort of wizard death across the world. Which I would say my very own Henry Potter books, which I must say I do understand to an extent, but Henry Potter for me is more than just a character. He's a very much integral part of my life, and yes, you're right in saying he's a wizard, but I think it's interesting to note that he's not just a wizard, but he's a wizard from a very special town of mine, Ross-on-Wye, and he's a very important wizard. He's from Ross-on-Wye, and what he does quite different, I would say, to the Harry Potters of this world is Henry Potter. He realizes even though he lives in Ross-on-Wye, he doesn't have to stay there. He can, and he is very welcome to go to a young school for wizards and witches, and in going to that school he learns a lot about himself, and he meets friends and he makes friends, and in making friends he realizes that he alone can actually help stop the evil wizard Moldywort.
Moldywort.
That is correct.
Okay, that does sound very original. Now, I've got a little list here that I've put up, that I've made up since I knew you were coming. And it's basically made from the criticisms that people have of your books. And I don't mean any, what's the word? I don't mean any bad wishes. With this, I just want to clarify some things, okay? So it's a yes or no answer kind of thing.
Of course, yes, no problem. So
okay, is Henry Potter an orphan?
Well, that rather depends on what you mean by orphan. Does he not have parents? Yes. Does he live with an aunt and uncle figure who are his aunt and uncle who aren't particularly nice to him? Well, yes, he does. Yes.
Okay, so that's cleared some things up. Are his best friends in this school not a ginger boy and a know-it-all brunette girl?
I mean, yes, they are. Yes, I mean, I think it's interesting to know, but I don't actually specify that the young gentleman in question, who is his friend. I mean, yes, there is a know-it-all friend, but I don't specify he's actually ginger. In fact, I think I make it quite clear that the young gentleman in question, who is Henry Booter's friend, is actually strawberry blonde.
Okay. And so the school they went to, was it not Hogwarts?
Well, no, interesting conversation you're having. I would say it's not actually Hogwarts. It's spelt the same as the rather somewhat more famous school of a similar spelling, but I always thought of it as Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Okay, so there are some differences.
Yeah,
obviously.
certainly, yes.
And okay, and we already discussed it was Moldy Ward. Now Harry Potter, he has to find the 7 Horcruxes and destroy them, and they're saying that in your book, the Half-Blood's king, that he has to destroy Horcruxes, but you have a different name for them, and you kind of think that that's okay to just change the name. That's what people are saying.
Well, I mean, it might be what people are saying, but in my somewhat less famous book, he actually has to destroy several Slut Zimmer frames.
Sorry, one more time?
Slut Zimmer frames.
Slut Zimmer frames.
Yes.
And what? Are the Zimmer frames slutty, or do they belong to sluts?
Oh, well, interestingly, people often say to me, Slut Zimmer frames, that must be derived from the words slut and Zimmer frame.
Okay.
They're not wrong.
Okay.
Like I said,
That's it. That's it. They're not wrong. Please.
Bruce, what?
Please carry on, Brian.
But I mean, yes, that's where the words are derived from. But interestingly, unlike Harry Potter, I mean, yes, there are 7, like there are in Harry Potter, but they're different things. The Slut Zimmer frames, the Slut Zimmer frames they must destroy are different.
So are they, Brian, are they Zimmer frames that belong to sluts, or are the Zimmer frames slutty? That's the question.
Well, somewhat interestingly, Reece, interestingly, you've knocked the nail right on the head. 4 of the Zimmer frames are sluts. And 2 of the Zimmer frames, are slutty. Interesting, you'll notice that there is one slutty Zimmer frame left.
I did notice. Go on, please.
Well, intriguingly, this one actually belongs to a young friend of my very own main character. And in destroying that very last slutty Zimmer frame, or Zimmer framey slut, as it were, he has to kill his strawberry blonde friend.
So his strawberry blonde friend is the slutty Zimmer frame, the last one, or?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So God, those are my questions. I'm glad you cleared it up.
Thank you very much.
Now, it wouldn't be good. Well, could you call this journalism?
Well, I wouldn't, but
I'm going to. If I wouldn't call this I wouldn't call this good journalism if I didn't allow you the time to actually advertise your new books, your book series. I'm sorry, I'm still recovering. Please take a minute to just tell us where you can buy them. You're doing a book signing soon in Wolverhampton, I know that much. Could you tell us where you're going to be?
Certainly I may. Two questions there.
Yeah.
First of all, sadly, my books have yet to reach perhaps the fame of the other books in series of other writers. But I will be at my local library writing on books.
You might want to tell them where the local library is.
Oh, I see. Well, okay. So if you're going to Kidderminster via the A47, I would say turn off because you're in Kidderminster. That's not where I live. So what you need to do is you need to carry on north. If you take the third exit on the A97 roundabout and go 75 miles south, what you'll do is you'll reach a crossroads. Now go through that. Don't drive through it. Do obey the rules of the road. And then you'll reach a small junction. I've written recently. I've written a handwritten sign that does say Brian Pickering lives here. Now what you need to do is not turn there. That's actually a small clever ruse I've got for thieves. Now. And carry on down that road. Now you'll see another sign that says Brian Pickering lives here. Underneath, I've written a bracket. Yes, he does. Bracket. And what you need to do is turn down there, and you'll go to a garden fence. And if you just give it, there's a small doorbell, a ring there that goes to my study, and I'll happily come out and sign any of the books for you. Now, if you want to go and buy them, I've recently got a deal with a local W.H. Smith's in Wolverhampton. It's a while away for me, I'll admit, but what it does award me, what it does give me, is they're quite lackadaisical in their staff. So that means that you can very easily remove in their top sellers stable. What you can do is you can very easily pick up the latest copy of the rather famous tome by that famous artist who wrote Game of Thrones, and what you can do is you can pick them up and you can actually gently put them in the trash and pop your own books there, which is what I've done.
Now, Brian, you also have an Audible deal. I haven't actually released this. I haven't told you yet. But there's an Audible deal. If you go to audible.com/a piece of Reese RFTGHIJ 234 RED 907 UK, you're going to get yourself 50% off your first month at audible.com, and I suggest that you download all of Brian Pickering's books.
That's
his
superb, then.
Henry Potter series. Yeah, of course.
I would happily listen to my own books again.
Yeah, and they're narrated by
myself.
Yes, of course.
I hope.
You hope?
Am I? No.
Okay, they may be yet to come. I was kind of put under the impression that Brian had already recorded them. But
well, I have, but only to my dear wife Maureen.
Okay, so perhaps they were listening in. I'm not quite sure, but they are available on Audible. I haven't actually listened to them myself because I can't put myself through that. But if you want to, let me know.
Too heavy, is it?
Yeah, we could say that. Just let me know who's narrating them. That would be a really good. Brian?
Hey guys.
Did you just pass Brian? Brian just ran out of the room, guys.
I didn't see him.
You did? Okay, I guess he doesn't make too much of an impression. You did?
How was the show?
You didn't see him? There was only one door.
I came up the stairs and through the door.
That's insane. Why did he leave? Can we get... No? He's gone?
How was the show? How was Brian? Where was he?
he literally just left. We were just talking about his Henry Potter series. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm aware of them.
Yeah.
How was he? Was he right?
So yeah, he was one of the more interesting guests we've had so far.
Oh, good. Did he good?
I gotta be honest with you, Ben. I wouldn't invite him back.
Really?
He's just not interesting.
Do you not think so?
Well, he's one of these people you can laugh at, but you can't laugh with. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I understand.
I don't want to be mean to the guy. He's probably going to listen to this podcast.
No, it's fine.
He can't hear us if we're whispering anyway, can he?
I don't think he has a radio, to be honest. Honestly,
I wouldn't be surprised, mate. To be honest.
I've seen his house. I didn't see a radio.
You've
I mean,
seen-
yeah.
Okay.
I invited around.
You've been to his house. I
Yeah,
knew
it's
you
not-
knew him. I didn't realise you knew him that well.
It's a bit weird, actually, to be fair.
Yeah. What's his house like?
It's a bungalow, and it's. I mean, don't get me wrong, bungalows are nice and all, but
Okay.
it's a strange one.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Is Maureen real? That's my question.
Oh yeah, no, she is.
Yeah, because I was getting this kind of vibe like he would like invent people. He would see them or something.
Oh yeah, no, he's Maureen is real, but yeah, it's a strange one.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't invite back.
No. Okay.
How was it generally? Are you all right? You okay?
Yeah, man. I just.
You're shaking. Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. Should we go for a pint after this?
Yeah. I've got like about an hour. Or so. I've got to jet out.
It's cool.
to
How was
the,
it?
Yeah, it's good.
You went to the wedding.
Yeah.
You got to go to the what's
Yeah,
what they call it? The after party, not the
Yeah,
wake.
it's-
What do they call it?
The reception.
The reception. So you're in between the reception and the
Yeah,
wake.
yeah.
Sorry, sorry, I'm completely out of it. How was your father's cousin's nephew's? Is that right? Cousin's nephew's
Yeah,
wedding?
it was good, yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Did they get married after all?
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
it was nice. It was nice. It was an okay ceremony.
Okay.
Do you wanna come to the reception? I've got a +1.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I would actually love that. That would really. I really need to.
Honestly, like genuinely, you're shaking.
Sorry, man. Yeah. Sorry, I don't usually get like this, man.
They're lovely. You know, you'd go on them.
It's very often. It's just that he won this competition thing on my blog, and it was mostly a joke on my blog. And
Right.
he knocked on my door yesterday, and he was just like, "Can I come in?" I was
Well,
like,
it's just some guy.
"Some guy, yeah, Brian." And I was like,
I mean, I know him, but
"Who
he's-
are you?" Like, I want to be hospitable, but I don't even know this guy. And he was like, "Yeah, I won that competition on your blog."
Have you met him?
No, never
Well, 'cause
before.
I met him from a family friend or
No,
whatever.
you met him. That's what's surprising about the whole thing. But I.
How does he know you? How did you do that? Oh,
Because I wrote on my blog, it was like a joke, really. Like, if you, I can't even remember, but it was like some stupid thing. Like, it was a joke. It was a joke. It was like, if you can answer this, come to my house.
Right, yeah.
And somehow it was a joke because I don't have to actually write my address. And he found my address. He tracked my IP. He said,
How did you?
and
Oh, that's weird, man.
he knocked on my door and he was like, "Yeah, I guessed where you live, so I win the competition." I was like, because I did technically say it, so I had to invite him in.
Well, yeah. Well, that's funny.
So I know he's gone now.
Do you want me? I mean,
Well,
I
he's
can
gonna
have a
come
word
back.
with him if you want.
Can you? Because I don't. He's not even that bad a guy. He's just so boring,
No, I get you mean, man. Honestly.
and it's just creepy. Like as nice, even if he was the nicest guy in the world, you know, he still came to
That's
my
weird,
house.
man. That's weird. Okay. Do you want to? Should we? I mean, how long do you do it for?
It's usually around an hour. Usually I put in a couple of songs. We've done one song.
Right, you did a song.
We did. Yeah, we did. Well, it was.
Oh, do you
it's
rap?
technically. Yeah. Well, yeah, if you can call it. That.
I showed him some rap the other day.
Oh, and he was like, "Let's get into it."
I just ran his house. What can you do? What can you do? Honestly, you ran his house. I just happened to have my phone playing.
Yeah.
What are you listening to? What can you say to that? You know, I was like, oh yeah, a bit of rap and that. He was like, what rap? He doesn't know rap. You know, so I was like, oh, a bit of rap. He was like, what's
like
that?
his first
How
time.
can you explain rap?
His first time with rap.
Yeah, honestly.
That kind of explains things. That's
I honestly, I feel a bit sort of embarrassed. But I mean, I didn't
it's not
invite
your
him
fault.
on your,
Yeah,
but
it's not your fault.
I know him, and I don't want you to feel bad.
I felt bad that you went to the... Well, I know you had to go to the wedding, but I was just left here with this guy I don't even know. He was a stranger. He was the most boring person I've ever met in my life. And I had to do a radio show with him. Oh, my God, man. I don't know.
Really, it's that bad?
I don't know. Let's see what the listeners say, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
I'm sorry to leave you.
That's cool.
Obviously I had to. You can't really say no, can you?
No, I know. That's the thing.
That's the
thing,
isn't it? I sort of. He sent me a text. Brian sent me a text. He's like, I'm on Improv Radiov. I was like, what? No. I was like, how are you on that? What can you say to that? You can't be like, no, you're not. He's that, isn't he? So,
Silly, man. We're British. We gotta be polite.
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay, so we can wrap this kind of thing up, and then go get hammered.
Honestly,
That's my thing.
I've got a +1. You should come with.
Yeah. Okay.
No one else is coming. Like you wouldn't be burdening me or anything. Honestly, you look like you need it. So
Yeah.
we'll head off, and they're lovely. The couple. I mean, you've met them before, haven't you?
What's his name? Brian.
Yeah, Brian and Claire.
Yeah.
Obviously different Brian.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to remember him. Is he that one? He visited us in uni one time and he was wearing like a bandana. I remember. I know Brian. I know Brian.
Yeah, no, I think he was. Yeah.
I think he'd be. I don't think
He's good.
he wouldn't. He wouldn't mind seeing me. I don't think. Maybe he'll be okay. You got the +1. You got the +1. He'll be okay.
No, but like his friends. Mary Wallenstoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's right. Oh yeah, exactly. Huh?
Okay. Okay then, we best wrap this up quickly so I can go see Mary. If anybody has any songs to submit, please do not be afraid. Email me at Reese. What's my email? ReeseDavis@mail.com. Email your songs over there. There's a real email address, Ben. Don't look at me like that.
You fucking need the songs, mate.
I know, I'm really desperate, guys. So send those my way. We'll put them on the next episode of Improv Radiov. I can almost guarantee, unless we have a huge flux for some reason.
That seems unlikely.
Other than that, guys, it's just for me to say goodbye.
Should we go? Get a pint.
Let's actually go.